Welcome, my darlings, to a fascinating and terrifying world of darkness, as I guide you through the uncanny valley of the strange and unusual. Follow me. Follow the monarch through the depths of the abyss. As a child, my family was broke because both of my parents were unemployed, and we were all forced to stay at our aunt's house. Eventually, my mom was finally able to get a job, and we bought a small 2-bedroom apartment at some small complex called Lakehart Apartments. It stayed true to its name. It had a murky, filthy lake at the center with a bridge coming across. We lived right by it. The apartment number was 1155. How catchy. It took about 2 months to get it all settled. My sister and I had to share a bedroom, which clashed horribly because I was a boy. Mind you, I was 6 at the time and believed in cooties. I almost never got any sleep because she would tell me all these creepy old tales that scared the shit out of me. And she forced me to sleep on the bottom bunk, which we found had a huge cockroach hiding in shortly after getting there. She always took up all the good things and made me get into trouble for things I didn't do. One night after a long day of school, I returned to my house to find my sister asleep on the couch. It was a huge relief to me. I wouldn't have to deal with her shit for an entire afternoon. I went into my bedroom and started digging around with her stuff. About 2 more hours passed before I became bored. As if on cue, my sister barged in and said, "Mom just called. She told me she was working late and won't be back till 12. This means we have the apartment to ourselves." That was a pretty big thing for us. We were rarely left at home after 8 p.m. Even if I was left with my sister, I was excited to be at home by myself. It was about 10 p.m. when my sister passed out, and I was falling asleep. I heard the sound of footsteps in the hall. Oh, I thought, she must be home early. The footsteps became louder until I heard the door open. I faked being asleep. I heard a murmur, and instead of a kiss on the forehead, I felt hot, stinking air. It was almost as if someone or something was breathing on me. I tried hard not to tense up as whatever it was snipped around my face and laid its talons on my chest. Luckily, it lost interest in me. I peeked open an eye, only to see the thing slither up the ladder to my sister's resting body. Even if I hated her, she was my flesh and blood. I begged God to protect her from that thing. After a few minutes, it must have realized she was asleep too. I snuck a quick peek at the thing and withheld a scream. It stood on all fours, using tall, heavy legs to hold itself. The monster had a body that was completely skin and bone. The teeth protruded out of its mouth, and it had gray eyes and white skin. I stood up in bed, and it must have noticed because it whipped its head toward me, and it opened its mouth. It began speaking in a raspy, low hum. "What are you doing awake, darling?"